My phone has absolutely been buzzing all morning. I wonder if that's what Craig Morgan feels like. But anyway, I was in Scottsdale this morning ready to cover an Arizona Coyotes practice, and I get the following press notification from the Arizona Rattlers. Arizona Rattlers moved to Glendale to play games in Desert Diamond Arena. Full disclosure, I did have multiple sources telling me that the Arizona Rattlers relocating was a possibility, and Glendale was the only building I heard mentioned. However, a report here and a report there is not substantial enough for me to make a video on. Though, for what it's worth, it was kind of implied to me that this would be after the upcoming 2024 season. They are moving to Glendale starting this season, the 2024 IFL season. So 20 years after the Coyotes moved in, the Arizona Rattlers are now the primary tenant in the Glendale Arena, Desert Diamond Arena. And honestly, this is great news for the Rattlers for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, they are now the primary tenants of a building. They have their own arena. The Arizona Rattlers have been in Arizona for over 30 seasons. They expanded out here in 1992. For their entire history, minus individual games where they play a playoff game or an arena bowl or whatnot in Glendale, the Arizona Rattlers' home has been in downtown Phoenix in the Phoenix Suns Arena, be it America West Arena, US Airways Center, Talking Stick Resort Arena, Phoenix Suns Arena, Footprint Center, all the exact same building, just under different names. So for the first time in their storied history, having their own building to themselves, that is, in my opinion, very significant. On top of that, one of the fundamental differences between, let's say, the Rattlers and the Coyotes, I also cover the Coyotes, I think it's a pretty good example to give, is that football has fewer games and tends to appeal to more people, including West Valley residents. Hockey as a whole just never really got big in the West Valley. There are little bits here and there, but for the most part, the Hockey Central of Arizona is out there in the East Valley, primarily Scottsdale, places like that, Tempe. You take a sport that is primarily watched and enjoyed by people on the other side of town, with 41 home games a season, yeah, it makes logical sense why most people would not want to make that drive. However, every single time the Rattlers have played in Glendale, the fans have traveled, not only because Rattlers fans are loyal, not only because Rattlers fans are some of the best, if not the best in the state, but also because on the weekends, on a Saturday, a Sunday, it's just easier to make that drive to the West Valley. That, and there are a lot of people that live in the West Valley that are big Rattlers fans. I used to deliver auto parts in Buckeye, Arizona, and I ran into Rattlers fans out there that live that far out west. Now, it's a small minority of Rattlers fans, but that's just one example of it still has that appeal to people all throughout the state, not just the East Valley, so you don't run into that same problem that hockey had, for example, or even lacrosse back when the Arizona Sting played in Glendale. And on top of that, Glendale, Arizona has become the football capital of the state because you have the Arizona Cardinals right there, you have some good youth football facilities right behind it, and they already mentioned how while their facilities right now are in East Mesa, the owner of the Rattlers, Ron Schertz, already confirmed they want to move everything out to the West Valley and they'll all be over there. They're targeting Cardinals partnerships. It just makes a lot more sense to have a partnership with the big NFL team out there, and then right across the street you can watch arena football. There are a lot of upsides. And I do also want to mention this, Ron Schertz mentioned it in the press video, hopefully I'll have it linked below in the description, where he also stated that the Rattlers posted an attendance record in Glendale. The only game in Glendale in 2016 was the Arena Bowl. I went to that game and it had an attendance of about 13,000, 14,000, somewhere in there. And I think their actual highest attendance was in 1997. However, I'm not going to nitpick that claim. All I'm going to say is this offers a lot of potential benefits for the Rattlers, and considering I had multiple sources telling me that that second playoff game this year, if the Arizona Rattlers would have beat the Wranglers, would have taken place in Glendale because Footprint Center already has something there. However, grain of salt, can't exactly confirm that one, just reports I heard. Personally, I think this move is logical. I think this move makes a lot of sense. The Rattlers can partner with the Cardinals, the Rattlers can have their own building, and they don't have to worry about scheduling conflicts and whatnot because they would essentially be the primary tenants there. They can submit the dates and whatnot, kind of like how hockey did. And Desert Diamond Arena will simply just not schedule events on those dates. So it makes a lot of sense. The Rattlers gain a lot of control. They get their own building. It is the football capital of Arizona. There are so many logical things about this. Now, let's consider, how does this benefit Glendale? Believe it or not, it's Westgate. Think about it like this. So if you're going to a concert, if you're buying merch, you're going to be buying merch for the band you're seeing. And you might go to dinner, you might buy some concessions at the arena, or you might eat dinner beforehand. However, most people when they go to concerts, as soon as they are done, they either bar hop or they leave. Sports fans are a little different. Sports fans tend to want to do dinner before or after. Sports fans tend to linger around a little bit. And from what I've been told, that's what Westgate wants. They want more lingering traffic. They want more people that are going to be hanging around Westgate more. And that's how the Rattlers are going to benefit, because the Rattlers bring that passionate fan base that are likely going to want to stick around for a little bit, maybe, you know, get a drink, maybe go, you know, get some dinner and whatnot afterwards. They're banking more so on that. And you're getting more people on more weekends to come and hang out in Glendale. That's probably how the Rattlers are going to benefit Glendale/Westgate in this arrangement. Anyway, there you go. There is the major Arizona Rattlers news. I'm not done with you yet. I get to get right back as soon as this video is done editing and jump on the Drew Powell story. So we have some quarterback news for the Rattlers. Make sure to stay tuned on Arena Football Talk for that. As for this video, the Arizona Rattlers are moving to Glendale as of this season, the 2024 season. So I'm excited by the move. I'm also a West Valley kid, so that's a 10-minute drive for me. It's going to be a little easier for me to cover the games.